Hello everybody, welcome to my channel as the garden turns. I'm going to do a late May garden walkthrough to let you know how things are going here. So this is what it looks like now from my porch. Okay, so first we're going to look at the two trellis walls, see what's going on with those. So this is the first one. And if you watch my other videos, you can see what this looked like before, after the stack replacement that we had. And that's probably now been about a month and a half ago, something like that. So I have about 4 varieties of tomatoes that are growing here on my trellis wall. And then I also have grasses. And this is my grandmother's sedum. And then this is a blue fescue ornamental grass. And then in this one, we have bunny tail grass. So, and some of my grandmother's sedum. And this is the same as the other one with the blue fescue ornamental grass. And I know we have pear tomatoes, super steak tomatoes, spoon tomatoes. And I'm going to be making salsas out of those. So stay tuned for that. So that is that wall. You know what? Let's just do this side first and then we'll do the other side. Okay. So here we have my wheat, which was pretty much demolished by the storm we had a couple days ago. So basically I'm just letting it dry. Then I'll cut that and put something else in there. So this is the wheat. We have blue and red. This is the red. That is the blue. We also have corn that's planted back there. They should just take off shortly. So we got, and I think this is Wade giant Indian corn is what that is. And then in this little pot here, we have a watermelon plant which was destroyed. So I'm just going to see if that's going to grow back. And then have some black beans and some bunny tail grass. So if that does not grow back, I'm just going to plant another small watermelon plant in and see if how that does. Then now, right here is my bee area. Put this back. So this is my bee area. That is the little table I use when I go and I do my inspections on Sundays. We normally do bee inspections on Sundays. We try to do it before 11 because, bees are usually out during the day, and it's better to do hive inspections when most of the bees are gone, not, like when they're home, everybody's there waiting. So I use this table, and I set my little stuff up here, and I do my inspections, and we try to do both of the hives, and we give ourselves at least 25 minutes, 30 minutes to finish. So we try to time ourselves like 15 minutes for each hive, so it goes pretty quickly. Everybody should put on a bee suit and see what it's like to open a beehive. I think that was one of my coolest experiences ever. And then I have 2 plants that sits on the side. This is a dahlia. I think it's called like a fireburst or something like that. And I'm not really sure what this one is called. I just know it was purple, and they said it was a pollinator's favorite, so I bought it. And you can see they're very, very busy. They're not paying any attention to me. They're flying over my head, around the side. You can see them going past on the cameras. And they're not, I'm just standing here. They're not doing anything to me anyway. And then this bed I need to weed. But these were supposed to be short stuffs, and I'm not thinking that they are. Now those are dwarf teddy bears that sit underneath, but these, which are supposed to be short stuffed sunflowers, I don't think they are. But they're growing, so that's all that matters. So this bed we inserted, this is a new bed. Like I said, this is one that I need to weed and actually get going because things get out of control pretty fast. So I also have some corn back here. There's some stevia. I have my peanuts. Another thing that's been going crazy this spring is bunnies. They have been eating everything in sight. And then there's more amaranth. The weird thing about this is that amaranth was planted at the same time. I'm going to show you some other amaranth that I planted the same time. This one is for some reason growing slower than the one that I have over in my wildflower bed. But I'll show you the difference. They're the same age, but this one is very, very small. And then these are peanut plants. As you can see, the bunnies, they are regenerating because the bunnies ate all of the leaves off of my peanuts. So, and then this was also a new element. This is a sunflower wall that I built, or that my husband put in. It's a sunflower raised bed, sort of. And it is just to provide some additional cover when this grows in from the bees, so that my neighbors aren't, like, oh my gosh, it's bees, So I'm trying to like lessen the anxiety that they may have, because maybe they don't need to see the hives every time they come out, or So I put in walls, flower walls, basically, to lessen the anxiety. So this is one of the walls that we put in with sunflowers. There are Russian mammoths, there are sun discs and chocolate cherry sunflowers in here, and indigo. What is it called? Hoppy black dye sunflowers are also in here. And then in this bed we have black flint corn, not wheat. Corn, wheat was up there. And in this bed we have the black flint corn. I got some Job's tears. They look just the same. And I got some wasabi radishes that I've been harvesting. They are delicious, and I think I'm going to order. I got them as a free sample in my seed packet, but I think I'm going to order some for the fall. And back here, I had like zinnia seeds that I have been keeping, probably about 2 years or more old, and I just didn't want to throw them away, so I just threw them over on the side to see if they would grow. You see? And my mom's been coming over, digging out some and taking them home with her. So I have like a little patch back here. Looks like something is on this tomato, because it is. It's cicada. See, I was seeing a lot of the shells. I think it's about over with here, the cicada emergence in St. Louis. So this is the back part of my yard. And this is where I have my sorghum. I have some hoppy black dye sunflowers in here. And we planted corn to come up around these edges, just so it can be like a little walk-in. You walk in. And then this sorghum should also be high enough to where people can't see the hives. So if I walk back here, and I'm standing here, you can see them. See? You can see them. So when this grows, it'll cover that, and you won't be able to. So... And then also, I inserted a little path here to make it easier to go to my greenhouse. And so in this greenhouse, I just keep pots that size. And I just go back here if I need something, and I grab one. Okay, and then back here we have potatoes. So we have like a big potato bed. All of it, those are potatoes. They were coming up where you could see them the other day, so he covered them. So, and when I saw them, there were a lot of them. It was like little red tomatoes, a bunch of them. So it's probably also best to plant your potatoes in the ground. We were planting them in pots, and we every year we got some potatoes, but the ones that I saw over here that we didn't pull up, that basically just got uprooted some kind of way, there were at least 20 or so that I saw, and we only normally get, if we plant potatoes in a pot, we might get 10 to 15 in one pot, and then that's it, but back here, like I said, I just saw that one, and there were at least 20 or so, or 15 to 20, I say. This is my watermelon patch that I'm going to have back here, and also back here I got some corn, some tomatoes, some super monster yellow bell peppers, cantaloupe, which I've got the seeds from the cantaloupe I planted last year, because the cantaloupe I planted last year was delicious. So I saved the seeds. I also got a little workbench. Do a lot of thrift shopping. And so I found these there for like $4. I got this one, and I got the one that's by the Bee Sam for $8. So that was a deal. And it was something that I truly, truly needed, and I got. So, and I got it at a reasonable, cheap price. So next is this is the side that basically nothing was done to. That side had everything destructive that you could possibly think of done to it. So, these are gladiolas. When these open, these are so beautiful. And every year that they come back, there are more of them. And so what I have been doing is, when they die off and they start to die back, I basically just take them, bundle them up like that, and put put one of those hair thingies around it, and you let it die. Don't cut it. Don't do anything to it. And eventually it'll fall off. You just remove that, and the next year when they come up, you'll have big bushels of gladiolas. Anyway, that's what I've experienced. So this is my gladiola bed, and then also I got ferns back here that my mom gave me, and that one seems to be doing good, and that one is okay. So that is good, because I put a rose bush back here. I got one rose off of it, and it just died. Never knew what exactly happened to it, but it died. This is another little bed that we put in this year, and it basically has tomatoes, corn, and like a couple of cucumber plants. So yeah, that's this bed here. This is my other greenhouse that I just purchased, which already the zipper is broken. Okay, so this is another bed that we had this bed last year. These raised beds that we make, they hold together pretty well. Things, as you can see, they love them. They grow in them with no problem. And so on this side I have, those are ground cherries. So hopefully we can get a bunch of those coming in so that I can make some jam. I want to actually make jam this year and give some out to friends and family. I'm looking at a bee right now. I thought it was something else. I was looking at her. I know you know all bees are girls that you see out foraging. They're all females. Power to the female. These are Kahari melons. They're doing great. I think I saw a female. Yeah, there's a female one on there. So I might have me some Kahari melons soon. Never tried those, but I will be sure to record and let you know how they taste, and if you should try them yourself. This here is the Katakasuna mustards, and this is the plant that had all of those things on it. But as you can see now, it's trying to make a comeback. It's not infested anymore, so I think my treatments worked. And then these are sunflowers and corn. And then this bed is pretty much just for flowers. It's a flower bed. Got my zinnias. My amaranth is actually getting seeds. And then you can see the damage that these cucumber beetles and potato beetles and all that, what they do to my leaves on my plants. This is my bells of Ireland, and like I said, the sunflowers. Chocolate cherry one is the tallest right now in this bed. And then we have corn, zinnias, toothache plants, and then here we have of course my titans. And if you look down, we have cucumbers. Planted those there purposely. They say cucumbers and sunflowers make great companion plants. So far I'm seeing that is true. And then we have baby watermelon here. They're supposed to be like really little, football sized. So if we can get some of those, I'll let you see what those look like. So we're making our way over to, this is my hammock area. I basically just sit there with the shade and daydream the day away. So that is my hammock. And my beautiful umbrella that I ordered it not knowing that it had bees and butterflies on it. Of course I saw the flowers. How could you not? But that was a surprise. Now next is my cucumber wall. and it is here. Let me show you that. And the way that I'm doing it is I'm making it where they're not touching the ground, because when they touch the ground, you can't see. It also makes them, moisture, but you can't see if there's anything feeding on them. You can't see pests that may be on your cucumbers, and I found that out from growing them. This will be my 3rd year. When you just have them on the ground, like, they get demolished. Can I say it again? Demolished by cucumber beetles. So I'm growing them up this year so that I can see when there are pests invading quickly. And then I also put nostrums on each side, because they're supposed to be like, bugs are supposed to eat those and not this. So they're like bait plants. I mean, I haven't really noticed any difference so far this year. And then I'm really doing more treatments on my sunflowers, on my cucumbers as well. So that could be another thing. I'm doing more frequent inspections on them. And so over here is my little wildflower area, which I am so very proud of. And my grape that my husband put up. It reminds me of music scales. So this is the citronella that I planted. It is massive now. This is also in the video garden walkthrough. It was the first walkthrough that I did. And you can see how this bed looked back then. And you can compare it to what it looks like now. And so I have my dill, I got lavender, stevia, zinnias, basket flowers, arbosas, chamomile, cosmos, sunflowers, amaranth, lion's tail, bread basket, poppies. So there is a lot going on over there, and hopefully my crespedias will come up. Those are the little billy buttons that I also had. So and then you can see the little side baskets that I have hanging off the porch with morning glory starting to cascade down. So that'll be beautiful as well. So yeah, that is a garden walkthrough. Hopefully I'll be doing more of those to kind of keep you updated on how my garden is doing. But if you like what you see, think about subscribing. Subscribe to my channel as the garden turns. Also, my husband has a channel too. It's called Bees, Beds, and Boxing. So if you can, like and subscribe. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.